Hi, Rudy.
And Kelly.
And we are
Conscious
Partnership.
Yes, and so it's the holiday season.
That's right.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Okay, so
Yeah.
there are people that are really stoked about the season. And if you're one of those people, we are so happy for you. We are working towards that. We want to experience endless amounts of joy during this time.
Yes, please tell us how you spread your joy during the holiday season. But we are here because we want to talk about for those families and those people that really do struggle during this time of year.
Yes.
Because we do. We have, and we're bringing a lot of consciousness to changing that. So we want to give some of our own insight to that.
Yeah, and we've had some of our biggest fights during this holiday season, right?
Yes.
And having to look at, wow, this really is a pattern. Something shifts for us during this time of year. And, you know, looking back, I did have a lot of joy growing up as a kid around the holidays. And then I had something happen in my family and the dynamics changed and that whole situation changed dramatically. And at the time, I didn't have any capacity to process that. So I had a lot of feelings I didn't know what to do with. And what I did with that is I took on a lot of anger and a lot of chaos, and I was the person who wrecked the holidays. I was like, sign me up. I will be the person who just ruins the holidays for everybody.
And she's been very clear because, you know, what we do is we really look at like how far back some of these kind of beliefs and turn into behaviors come from. So on my end, I come from a family totally impacted by addiction, and I watched my mother get arrested on Christmas Eve at Toys R Us. So when you have that experience at 7 years old, it had set the tone watching my mother be in jail many Christmases because she was an addict, really struggling. And so I loved her. She's the person that I love the most. She's deceased. But it set my mind that poor me, self-pity, family is not around during the holidays. So I immediately create some of that in my own dynamic here.
Right.
And so we are a perfect match because she brings out the part in me that makes me feel like a victim during the holidays, and she'll completely take on the role of being a perpetrator. Mm-hmm. And so we've had to bring a lot of consciousness to not creating a very similar dynamic.
Yeah, and it's not even, right, one person does it or not. We're both just wired to do those roles.
Yeah.
So he does his thing and I do mine, and if we're not aware and conscious of that, yeah, there we go. He's the victim and I'm the perpetrator once again, and we get to be so right about those old stories. So being that this is a time of year that naturally, right, things die, it's the opportunity to be in harmony with that. That's just the truth. Now, we're not designed that way. Well, we are designed that way. We're not trained that way.
That's right.
As a society, and especially here in America, right? We eat and we buy a bunch of stuff and spend a bunch of money that we don't have a lot of times, and we check out and we go outward rather than really going inward. And so we're inviting you guys to look at, you know, what are these patterns? What are these holiday seasons offering you in terms of letting something die? What part of the old story are you willing to let go of this holiday season? And, you know, just we're going to give you some tips of how you can navigate through that.
Yeah, you know, one of the things that we've done for almost a year now is we get up, and we have 3 kids, mind you. We get up and we meditate pretty much every single day for at least 20 minutes. That really connects us. And, you know, we're spiritual, so we do our own kind of prayer as well. But that really joins us together in a very harmonious way, in a very peaceful, loving way. And then we go out in our day and connect with our kids and get our day going. That's one of the main things that we do consistently that keeps us connected.
And still, right? Because there is a lot to get caught up in, and so it keeps us balanced. It keeps us connected to our center. And another really powerful one is gratitude. Man, gratitude literally is a natural antidepressant. So it releases dopamine and serotonin in the brain. There's so much science to back this. I just love it so much. And think about this, what you focus on grows. So while it's really important to have awareness about what story you're letting go of, it's also imperative to not have your attention be only on that story or the not story, right? So focusing on what's really awesome in your life. If you could wake up and write out a gratitude list of 10 things you're grateful for every morning for this holiday season, I guarantee you the season will shift.
Yes, that is one of the most powerful, and science backs this up so tremendously.
Yep.
If you study just kind of the impact of thoughts on water, it's amazing how we physically can change our universe just from our thoughts and our words. So if the power of our word is so tremendous.
Yep.
So that's one of the things that those are two of the main things that we practice. We encourage you to practice them during this holiday season and watch that joy show up.
That's right.
That's what we're working on.
We're working on it. We're with you. So happy holidays,
Happy holidays.
From us at Conscious Partnership. And here we are, transforming it. Here's the song.
Look at our
You guys are just getting a gratitude! Let's go, Riley!
Transformation at its finest.